Hey guys, this is Dan with Arcade Funkato. Today we're going to show you guys a system we've been working on here. We're going to start out with MAME. This has a 4-player MAME as well, so it has a bunch of 4-player games in it. You can jump in there and check that thing out. And again, if you have a custom arcade built by us, like a four-player arcade, we can totally set it up to be able to play any of these guys. So you have Captain America and the Avengers. There's just tons of games in here, man. It has Gauntlet Legacy. It's awesome. Gauntlet 2. So you can play 4 players. We set it all up for you guys, so that's pretty awesome. Another thing we're doing is that you could actually just buy the PC and you could just hook it up directly. There's just a small PC. It's actually sitting, this whole TV sitting on a PC. And we can send it right to your place. So that's pretty cool. We're going to show you guys some updates later of custom cabinets, custom PCs we're building. We have some cool stuff going on in the background that we're going to be showing you guys here in a couple weeks. And just kind of going through some of the games we have here in the four-player MAME system. So there's quite a bit. I was actually kind of surprised that there was so many. And we just went around. So I'm going to press escape here and jump back out. You have a Nintendo Classics. So these files, they're pretty much like, let's say like Nintendo Classics. Right? We're going to jump in there. And you kind of go through all the old school arcade style. So this is actually Nintendo Arcade Classic games. It's all the Play Choice 10 style stuff. So it's pretty neat that you can see Contra 3, Alien Wars, the Donkey Kongs, Donkey Kong Jr., Dr. Mario, Duck Hunt. So it essentially has all the Nintendo games, or the majority of the better, most known, most recognized games for Nintendo in this list. So it's pretty cool. There's just a ton of stuff, man. I think we haven't gone all the way around yet. Super Mario World. Let's try Super Punch Out here for a second. I'm just gonna jump in and out of games. And when you press the start button, it takes a little while to load up. I notice with these larger systems, this is a pretty good sized system. It takes about sometimes 8 to 10 seconds to load up. So sometimes we start pressing the start button, you start pressing joysticks, buttons, and all kinds of good stuff everywhere. And one of the issues with that is that then we have it all messed up. Yeah, so this guy has the over and under monitor, I guess. Looks pretty cool. So I'm putting coins in. One thing I gotta see in this guy is what buttons are what. So we got Control, Alt, Delete, Space. All right. You know what? This just gave me an idea. I want to see if I'm going to be able to swap this thing. Dip switches. There's a bunch of stuff you can do to this guy. Video options. So what I'm thinking is, if we can change the screen on this guy, we can do a side by side. Do a cocktail table. All right. So that's the dual over under. All right. So that's pretty rad. Oh, you could rotate it too. That's what I was looking for. All right. You can't rotate it, I guess. Or maybe you can. Hold up. Yep, you can rotate it. Damn, that thing just went full screen. Well, that just gave me an idea to make a full size Super Punch Out. Then we can just turn the whole screen. So that's going to be pretty sick. All right. That's all I need to know. Anyway, I'm going to jump back out of that. And we're going to go into these other games. I'm going to jump back out of this system. So that's just to show you guys what that file does. So that's just a single file. That's Nintendo Classics. And they got Sega Classics. Let's jump into that guy really quick. And these are all, again, like coin-operated arcade games. And what this is, it's pretty much like a breakdown of all the, just pretty much the games that were Sega Classics. So any game that you would see or remember that was Sega-oriented or that was made by Sega would come out in this list. So it's pretty cool if you remember specific games. Growing up, you're like, dude, I remember this game. It was from IREM or Taito, Tecmo, Data East, whatever. You know, you're gonna see all this stuff. So these are just breakdowns of every game that's made by that company. So that's pretty neat. And again, this is just a lot of made-up games too. Okay, run and gun games, Doshin games. These are like Japanese games. You got the Daphne games. This is where the beloved Dragon's Lair arcade resides, and the Dragon's Lair 2. And you have Road Blaster and Space Ace. That's another huge game that people are always looking into. It's a ton of stuff. So I'm going to jump back out. And those are all the laserdisc games. All the Daphne stuff. That's all the Cinematronics made stuff. The Naomi. There's just tons and tons of games in this thing. There's a specific system. I think this is the one, Galco. I'm going to jump into this guy. I think this is the one. Oh, it's not the one. It's a four-wheeler game. That's pretty awesome. I think maybe this is it. I think this is the one. This thing was like way ahead of its time. This Hikaru thing. Whoever the hell designed this thing was just freaking amazing. They had this whole other design, whole other idea of gaming. These things were awesome. They had Brave Fire thing. They had this NASCAR game. The playability in these things were just amazing. This game alone is a freaking amazing looking. It's Planet Harriers, and it looks kind of cheesy and old school and stuff, but the idea behind it, the whole idea of flying, I don't know why, but like rocket packs, jet packs, all that stuff, I always thought that was pretty awesome. But this is one of those games that's just pretty sick. So we're gonna do a little close up here at some of the gameplay. This guy's guitar that shoots, I think. But there's certain games like this that just stand out, and it's the gameplay that really stands out. The idea that it plays so well and it plays real smooth, and there's no lag, no freezing. That's pretty rad. Some systems just can't handle games like this because they require their own hard drive, their own specific computer specifically for this game, and a hard drive that's set up specifically again to run this particular game. So sometimes it's a little hard on certain computers, but the way we build things, and it's what it is, we make sure everything works right. And sometimes we're lucky that the programming works with us, you know. So that's pretty cool. So we're gonna jump back out of here and just keep moving. Kind of show you guys some of the other systems that are in here. These are the Capcom games. Marvel vs. Capcom, Street Fighter vs. Capcom, the Hyper 64, the Hyper Neo Geo 64. That was a pretty sick system. I'm gonna jump in there. That thing had Beast Busters. That was one of the coolest shooters back in the day. It's kind of freaky actually, but it was awesome. It was like House of the Dead on steroids. The cabinet was, but anyway. This one only has about 5-6 games. So the Hyper Neo Geo doesn't have many games in there, but all these other guys. There's some random game systems in here that you're just gonna find some crazy stuff. Again, games I've never even heard of. Some that I have. But there's just so much stuff in these guys. And sometimes, you know, there's some people out there that just know about certain obscure games that, They're like, holy crap, you have that, you know? And that's pretty awesome to know that. And they have all the Pac-Mans as well. This is a pretty cool one. You actually have, we could do a custom Pac-Man. They could do a 4-player at the same time, so that's pretty awesome. It's like this old school, well, that's actually a newer school, I should say. Pac-Man machine with 4 joysticks. You can play 4 people at the same time, literally at the same time on the same screen. So that's a pretty cool achievement that they did, and that's something we could make too. So that's pretty awesome. The peripheral gaming. So you have like specific games, like for like racing games, you have specific files. So you could go and look for, again, a specific game. But if you have this file here, all the racing games, it has everything in one. So you're not looking around, wasting all this time looking for a certain game. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in here. We're always partial to the Initial D. I wonder if it has that. Oh, dude, it even has GTI Club. It's a favorite of ours here at the shop. We had two GTI clubs, and we still have them. One of them died, and it totally sucks. It's a sister machine, and we can't actually play the machines now. We can only play one, which is cool. But it was really awesome when we could play them both together, so it was cool. Yeah, RC Pro-Am in there. You got San Francisco Rush. Like some of the games I remember. Speed Racer. Super GT right there. Super GT 74 was pretty good. There's Sega. Was it Sega Super GT? That's another good one. Suzuka 8 Hours. Cool game back in the day. Virtual Racing. We tore the crap out of this thing. This one was awesome. It's like one step above pole position. Well, a couple steps up. There's just a lot of games, man. I think we already went around, yep, with C's and D's. I'm going to see if we have Initial D in here. There's even a train driving game. That's just freaking nuts. Oh my gosh, they do have it. Initial D is in here. Damn it. It doesn't have any artwork for it, but it does have the game. So it's a huge Japanese game. It's super expensive. Super rare, I should say. It's super expensive for some reason, but it's an older game. Some of them are 2004. They have Initial D 8. They have Initial D 10, I believe now. I don't even know. There's just so many new ones out there. You have shotgun games, trackball games. So it's pretty cool. Again, it has all the trackball games. So you can go into like all the soccer attacks. You have Birdie King in here. Yep. You have Centipede. All the bowling, Capcom bowling. Just a bunch of stuff. All the golden tees. And what's neat about this guy, this is the trackball. This is the trackball thing. What we're going to see next is we're going to jump out of here and go back into the golf game. So this is a huge file. A lot of people ask us about this. Not so much that it's humongous with so many games, but it has a lot of good games all in one spot. So it has all the golden tees. It has golden tee, I believe 96 or 97 and up. to 98. It has golden tee golf. Golden tee 2, 99, 2K. And it just keeps going. It has some nicer, higher end graphics in here. They have, I like this stuff. Hot Shots Golf by EA Sports. That one's sick. Mario Golf. So there's a lot of games in here. I like that some of them are really. Oh, here you have Tiger Woods. So that's like the clearest, nicest, the most high definition game in there. So if you want like newer style games, you have PGA Tour 10, and you have the Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004, which both look great, by the way. That's pretty cool. You have Virtual Golfer, Cyber Tiger. And so it's not a huge list, but it has all the golf games in it, so it's pretty cool. I love that they put them all in there. We have so many questions about those, so that's great. So we have Action Max, Pinball Classics, the FX2, Pinball Arcade, Future Pen, Visual Pen, Game Console, Super Mario Collection. That's another one. It's a huge one there. So you have all the Marios. You have all the Mario Karts, Mario Dash, Super Circuit, 64. Now the arcade versions, the GP and the Mario Kart 2, are not functioning for some reason. You have Mario Party 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, and we are working on the Mario Kart 1 and 2. We should have updates for that. Mario Pinball. So this is all the Mario stuff. There's just tons of stuff in here. Just tons of stuff. So it's pretty cool. It has everything Mario related. So it has that big old file. It has the Sonic Mega Collection. The movie's coming out, so it's going to be a bunch of stuff. This guy has everything. The Sonic and Knuckles. Everything has Tails. Sonic Advance 2. It's just so much stuff. I didn't realize there was this many Sonics. I was pleasantly surprised to find out there was actually a Sonic arcade, a coin-operated arcade. So that was pretty awesome. We have Zelda in here, Legend of Zelda. That's a whole file for those guys. Now it does not have the one I was looking for is the Breath of the Wild, and it does not have Breath of the Wild, but it has every other one from every other console ever made before Switch. So that's pretty awesome. Let me jump back out. Street Fighter collection for all the big fighter game guys. This is the spot right here, man. This is the games. This is where you could throw down with a joystick to the arcades and 6 buttons. Arcade joystick. You got that Ultimark 4-way, 8-way joystick. You could throw down with a tournament edition joystick, and there's so many things you could do with this guy. Awesome fighting games. Here's a hack collection. So this is pretty cool that you have. This collection has a lot of Street Fighter games, right? It's all Street Fighter games, and this guy has all the hack systems. So that's like Punishment Edition. Let's check that out. Let's see what the hell the difference is here. Let's jump into a game instead of just showing you guys the game. So this is what happens. It loads up. Loads up pretty damn fast. Put some coins in this guy. Get her going. Let's see what Punishment Edition is. So we're Rio. We're just getting our ass kicked here. I'm playing with one hand there. I'm just going to jump out. So I'm going to jump out of there. We have... I can't even play it. I have one hand to play with, so so we're gonna do the Mortal Kombat collection. This guy too has all the Mortal Kombat games. It's just so much stuff. Is that Mortal Kombat Special Forces? Shaolin Monks, Deadly Alliance. There's just so many. Quite a bit. There's got to be like 15 of them in there. The Tekken collection. Huge collection. Everybody asked about Tekken. So this guy has Tekken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 Dark Resurrection. 6 Tekken Tag Tournament. And then back to Tekken 2. So this is a huge game. Everybody asks about this game, and it's one of the shop favorites. We have people that come in just specifically to play Tekken, so it's pretty awesome. I don't know what the heck this is. Guilty Gear Collection. More fighting games. I had never even seen this one. There's a bunch of stuff in there. So, got Killer Instinct, dude. Killer Instinct, another big game. So it has all the games like from across the board. It has all these files have like just everything from like Nintendo 64. Like this shows it there. The MAME coin operated system, SNES. So it has just a big compilation of just a big pile of all the Killer Instincts. So So that's pretty cool. Of all the stuff that was just available, you get the King of Fighters collection, Samurai Showdown collection, World of Heroes collection. And if I stop in every one of them, we're going to be here forever. This has about 180, 160 something files. So there's a ton of stuff. The Mega Man collection, Donkey Kong, Resident Evil. I mean, you kind of get an idea what each one of them has. If you guys have any questions about a certain one, we can make a video specifically for you guys. Double Dragon collection, Pac-Man collection, Super Famicom, and the computer. And all this stuff. There's so many freaking games. Here's the Wii, Wii U, WiiWare, Nintendo GameCube, and 64, DD, Direct Drive. I don't know what the hell that means, but Virtual Pin, the Dreamcast. Has all the games for the Dreamcast. Sega Saturn Japan, Sega CD, 32X. See, and that's pretty interesting. They should even show that the Mega Drive, the Japanese and PAL. I don't know if you guys get up. You see the Japan and PAL, so it has Japanese and American version of the Sega Genesis. Neo Geo CD. And here's one we could really show you guys, the PS2. Most of the time, there's not that many games for the PS2s. This guy, on the other hand, has a ton of PS2 games. I mean, it just has so many games. We're still in the A's. I'm just doing a fast scroll. B's. C's? Not yet. Holy crap, it's fast. There you go. Even the old school Call of Duties are in here, so that's pretty cool. So tons of games, man. PS2 usually only had like 15, 20 games, not even, sometimes 8 to 12 on some of the smaller versions. So this is a huge list. We're just barely on the E's. And this is one of the crazier game systems that we were really excited to kind of show you guys. And it's the PS2 version of all this stuff. So it's pretty rad to show you guys some of this stuff. Tons of games. And I guess not all the videos are in there, but it has a ton of stuff. It has every game in there. So I think it's like 1,600 games or something. It's quite a bit. And the other cool thing is you could play with your Xbox One remote. So you could actually play with a Xbox One remote on these guys, or an Xbox 360, whatever you guys have. You can actually play with whatever you like. The only thing you need is this little dongle here. You have a little Xbox One dongle, and we also have the Xbox 360 dongle, which I have no idea where the hell we have that thing right now, but it's somewhere. Very simple to Microsoft Xbox 360 dongle, so pretty easy to get a hold of. If you have any questions on how to even find one of those guys, let me know. Here's all the Maddens from back in the day, man. What is that? 2K9, 2K8, 2K10. So it has some fairly recent ones. Not super recent, but they're there. And if it's stuff that you remember looking for, I mean, it's one of those deals. But anyway, I'm going to jump back out. Got a couple more minutes here. I'm going to show you guys. I got TurboGrafx 16, CD, the ROMs. I mean, there's so much stuff. ColecoVision, television. I haven't even gotten halfway through this stuff. I mean, it's crazy. Nintendo DS, PSP, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game & Watch. I mean, there's so much stuff. And there's every game for every system. I'm just going to go fast. I got a couple seconds left. I'm recording. I only have about 25 minutes here. So we're hoping we could spin her out and get to back to main. I think we're almost there. Yeah, we finally made it. Yeah, we're back. All right, so hopefully you guys liked the video. If you guys have